Flags Over Texas just announced Tormenta Rampaging Run. This is a BMM Giga dive coaster, the first ever one, so this will be the world's tallest dive coaster. The previous world's tallest dive coaster was Yukon Striker at Canada's Wonderland. This will look really big compared to that. Yukon Striker will look quite small, and this will be the new tallest coaster in Texas, being 309 feet. The previous tallest roller coaster in the park was Titan, which was quite tall, but this will look absolutely ginormous, and Titan will look pretty small compared to this ride. So let's get right into the ride layout. So you go up your 309-foot lift hill, probably getting a great view of Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. Then you go down your first beyond vertical drop on a Giga coaster. It hits 95 degrees. You could have gone 2 degrees steeper for the world's steepest drop on a dive coaster. But this drop will be quite good because you're hanging over the edge at 300 feet in the air, which will be quite a cool sensation to experience. Then you'd go down that drop. It probably has good potential for airtime if the vest restraints aren't too tight. Then you go into an Edelman. This is the world's tallest Edelman inversion at 218 feet. This is quite a big Edelman and taller than 95% of roller coasters. Then you go into the world's tallest vertical loop. The train does seem to go through it pretty fast, which will be quite nice. Then you go into an Edelman, pretty similar to like Yukon Striker's Edelman before the mid-course brake run. This seems like the only buzzkill on the ride. But hopefully you don't slam to a stop, like in this animation. But who knows, you probably are. But it is a 130-foot drop, taller than most mini dive coasters. And then you go into an Edelman. Hopefully it's not super repetitive, because there are free Edelmans on this ride. Then you go into your first ever cutback on a BMM dive coaster. So this will be quite a unique sensation to experience on a BMM dive coaster. So hopefully this element actually hits and is not a miss. Then you go into like the world's longest brake run. All the Giga coasters pretty much have this long brake run that are from BMM. Like Leviathan, Fury 325, Orion, and pretty much have the longest brake runs. But this might take the cake for the longest brake run out of all of them. I hope the vest restraints don't ruin this ride, but some of the new BMM vest restraints aren't horrible. They don't lock in place like the old ones, so I think the vest restraints won't be too much of a problem. But there is one concern about this ride, is how it's going to ride. A lot of the new BMM roller coasters have been kind of rough. They've had a rattle, which has been new for BMM. New BMM roller coasters are supposed to be glass smooth, but they've been getting pretty bad rattles recently. So I hope there's no big rattle, especially when it's a Giga coaster, which amplifies that rattle by a whole lot. I hope they can fix out the kinks and they can actually make it nice and smooth, or else this ride actually looks quite nice. This ride will be quite good, even with the mid-course brake run and the rattle complaints. Even if it has a rattle, it'll still be a solid ride because the rattle doesn't really take away from the ride experience. So what are your thoughts on Six Flags Over Texas's new Giga dive coaster, Tormenta Rampaging Run? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.